Hi, I'm gonna show you how I use FMOD to make adaptive music. I'm gonna show you how I use it mostly, and what what tools I use, what kind of format, template I use, everything. So the first thing you want to do is to be aware of what you actually need for for your music files, and what kind of music you need to make for adaptive music, and what are your needs. If it's for me, the kind of music that I just need a short intro. I need a few short character themes, and then the bulk of it is mid duration improvisations, and a bunch of them. So if I have that, then I'm pretty much good, okay for the kind of adaptive music that I like to do. But check your needs first. If you want to do the kind of adaptive music that the instruments themselves change, but the music itself doesn't really change, but it's just like a new piano is adding up or whatever, maybe you will need to export all the audio tracks themselves. But if you prefer more to be adaptive in the structure, then you can keep all the instruments together but export the different parts of the songs. You export the intro by itself, you export the themes, etc. Export them in WAV, or I think that's what FMOD mostly uses. I haven't checked if they use anything else, but WAV or whatever it's called works fine, and it's a good audio format, whatever. And just make sure also that when you export to have to not have the end of the song just cut off. You need to have you need to have the music properly fade out. Okay. Now that you have this, I'll show you what I like to have. What I said earlier is that I like to have a short intro. The short intro is made to be looped, so it's one or two measures or something like that. It's short, and it's just boom, it plays, it loops, etc. What I like to have is a few short character themes. They are labeled here by their names. LA means living armors. I have a solo, which is not a character theme, but is its own thing that I'll talk a bit later. I have the theme for the king, and I have the theme for the queen. So a few short character themes, they are there. And I like to have improvisations based on the character theme. So the theme of the queen plays, but I like to have improvisations that are made with the same instrument as the character's theme. So the improvisation is made with the backing, the back instruments are like the same instrument as the intro, and the instrument that improvises is the instrument of the queen. That's how I make my improvisation. So these are like the queen impros, but like the king impros is the same thing. It's like the backing track is still the same, but the instrument that does the solo is the instrument of the character. I also have like I also like to do a set of improvisations called solo, and these are improvisations, but the instrument that does the improvisation is the instrument of the intro, the backing track. It's time for the backing track to express themselves. I use this system for my RPG games, where each song basically is a room. So I have like some kind of random system when players like go in a room where it decides if there's like an event or a character that is in the room. If there's no like major character in the room or major event or whatever, it just plays the solo version of the tracks. So like this, but like if for instance there were like living armors, then it will play like this. Then it would play the theme of the living armors, and so that's how I make my stuff. There are more to it, but I'll come back to it a bit later. For now, I'll just let's I'll show you how I make stuff. So you've exported your files from your DAW of choice, like Reaper, your trackers of choice, or whatever. You can use Cubase. I don't care, as long as you use something and you export your files. Now you need to go in Assets in FMOD, and you can make folders. When you make your folder, you just open it, and then you drag and drop your files and you put them here. Now that it's done, what you need to do is go in Events. When you're in Events, also you can create folders and everything. I'll just create one here. You right click here and you click New Event. You click in the middle here to click to add a new sheet. What you want is a timeline sheet. In the timeline sheet, you have your timeline, which is the beginning and the end of the track. What I suggest to do is right click here and click to add an audio track. You can name it if you want, and then you go in your asset and you drag what you want from it. So I am gonna drag the intro of the song, and it's here. Now that the intro is here, when I play, it plays. And when the track is done, it's done. Like there is nothing else. So to help yourself from here, what you do is you right click here and you add a tempo marker. The tempo marker is the tempo of your song. So this song is in 68 BPM and it's in 3/4. And boom, it's gonna like change this it's just gonna help to have like a better time. So when you create loops, it loops, you can place them easier. So talking about loops, how do we make loops? Here you right click here, you click on add loop region. You put it where you want it to start, aka the beginning of the track here, and the end of the loop is here. Normally when we reach the end of the loop, it will be it cuts like really like dry because there are no fade outs. If you want to create fades, you just double click on the loop. It opens the fade, so you drag in the both ends of it. If you just do this, it's not gonna be good because there will be a fade out, but there will be a fade in, as you see here. So you don't want that. What you want is to keep the fade out, but delete the fade in. So that way when you arrive at the loop, it just loops. And it faded out, but it just started the thing when it reaches us. Hey, yay, okay. Now I'm gonna show how destination markers and transitions work. So for that, I'll just add some I'll add a theme. So here's a theme, the theme of the king. So if we want to not be stuck forever in the loop of the intro, I'll add here a destination marker, and the destination marker, it will be the name of the character, the king. What I want is to create a transition to markers king, as simple as that. And I put it here at the end of the intro loop. Now if I just let it stay like this, since they're both, since the loop and the transition are both at the same time, it's gonna loop instead of transitioning. So what I want to do is to create conditions. So I add a parameter condition. So I click on the loop, I click on add condition, add parameter condition, and I create a new parameter. I'm gonna just call it demo because it's a demonstration. And okay, I have to click on the parameter type. The parameter type I want is labeled. Labeled because it's gonna be about the markers. So I'm naming it demo, and then I'm gonna name my markers. The first marker I like to have is the marker called intro, and then I'm gonna create a marker called king, and I'm gonna delete this one. Okay, the initial value is at intro. That's cool. So now that loop has a condition, and the condition for the loop to play is the intro. I'm gonna do the same with the transition. When I click on the transition, I can click on add condition. If I hover over add parameter, I already have the one I created on this one, so demo, and then I click on king. So it's gonna refer to this part. I just need to click here, and I click on king, and when it reaches this section, instead of looping, it's gonna go to the king. Now it's the same principle as the loop. I double click on the transition and I can create a fade out. I just need to remove the fade in. So that's so that way when there's still the little fade out of the piano. Okay, now it sounds natural, yay, and it's gonna play this like this. Now I'm gonna show you how to make multi-instruments. The multi-instruments is a tool that you can use to have a block of tracks that are gonna be randomly played each time that section is played. So I have 3 improvisations here. I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna call this section add destination markers. I'm gonna call this section king impros. I'm gonna click stop here. So I have my King Impros here. I can click on the multi-instrument here and rename it King Impros. Here it's gonna be called King Impros multi-instrument. How it works is that each time I press play, it randomly selects one of the tracks in that box. I have 3 tracks in that box. By default it's on shuffle, so each time I click play, you see now it's the second one that plays. Now it's the third one. I click again, it's the second one. First, 2, 3, etc., etc. That it's a fun way that even if you loop stuff, it's gonna randomly choose a different version of a track. So what I like to do here is create a loop region at improvisations, and boom, like this. I'm gonna do the same thing as usual, that I double click on the loop region and then I create the fade outs like this. So now I'm in my improvisation pool. When it reaches the loop, it chooses randomly one of the 3 loops. Yay! Now to access this, I need to create a transition toward this, because otherwise, after we finish the theme of the king, it's not gonna like transition normally. So what I need here is to right click, add transition to King Impros. I don't need to create a condition for this, I just need it to happen. So like okay, and like each markers that I do, like each transition, each loop, I do the fade out. So like this. It sounds supernatural. So that's how I do stuff. So if we start from the beginning, let's see how it goes. The intro loops. When it reaches here, it's gonna loop. It loops. And then now, instead of looping, I'm gonna go straight to the theme of the king. So I click king, the transition here, transitions here. Then it's gonna play the theme of the king. When it's gonna reach here, it's gonna transition to the multi-instruments of the King Impros. It's gonna randomly choose one of the 3 improvisations. I'm just gonna wait for I can anyway. So yeah, like here, boom, it randomly chooses one of the improvisations. It chose the first one, and then it plays, and then it loops, and when it loops, it's gonna randomly choose another, and it's gonna play like that until I click on stop when the players leave the room. However, if I click just on stop like this, it's gonna stop very abruptly. So if you want a nice like fade out, it's very simple. You just need to right click on your master track, just hover it, right click on the volume bar, click on add modulation AHDSR. Now you have a nice box that has been created. If I press start play, it's gonna not be good, because there'll be an attack, and the attack will just, the volume is just going vroom, instead of like playing. So what you want is to put the attack at 0, so like when you press play, it starts. And you want a long release of about like 10-ish seconds. I like 12 or whatever. 10 is good. So now you press play, it plays, and when you press stop, it's gonna stop like slowly. Yay! Okay, so that's it for like the base. So now what I like to do for most tracks is, yes, there's the king and there's the king improvisations, but like I like to have like more than just the theme of the king. So like I could have like let's say here I have the living armors theme that is here. I could put it here and put then a destination marker for it called living armors and whatever, and then have the improvisations for the living armors that are here also have like their destination markers called like living armors impros and whatever like this. So I have all these like different versions of the track. So like when I'm like I'll do the same for the queen. Can I I'll do the same for the queen. I'll put it here like this. I'm just doing it very quickly like this. Like this. So I have a queen. So when I'm at the start of the song, instead of like king, I could like add a no, not like this. Add a transition to marker queen, and then boom, put it here like usual. Put a transition like this, and put a condition, add condition, demo, the condition is gonna, like you see, it's not here yet. So what I like to do is open in preset browser, demo, edit parameter. I'll add a value called queen. Like this. Okay, so now I have queen here. So when I click queen, instead of playing the theme of the king, it plays the theme of the queen, etc. So that's how I roll with stuff. I like to have like an intro that plays, that loops, and then if there is like a major character in the room, I have the king, the queen, the living armors, and it's gonna transition toward that version depending on who's in the room. That's pretty much how I roll. Like all the intros are a few measures long. With like one instrument or a few of them that like plays the harmony of like the basic idea of the harmony. Then it plays a character theme. The character theme are all the same character themes across all the rooms. Like the theme of the king will always be da 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 da, and the theme of the queen will always be da 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 dee da dee da. But like it will play with their instrument on top of the harmony of the room, and then the improvisations are based on the instrument of the character that is here. So that's how I roll. But I'm gonna show a few more stuff. Like a more complex song that is already here. I can show you the intro here. So like the demo track that I showed, there is like a short loop for the intro, and then when I'm still on loop or intro or whatever, it's gonna loop the intro. And then I have the living armors, the solo version. Solo are like improvisations based on the instrument of the intro. It's what is playing when there are no major characters involved in a room. And then there's also the king, the queen, or whatever. And now I randomly select like king. So now it's gonna transition to the king theme here. when the king theme finishes playing, it goes to the impros. The impros are here, like this. I click here. Now I created a system because I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so the harmony can be like repetitive, right? Since it's like the same chord. The improvisation is made with the melodic instrument of the king, but like the harmony behind it stays the same. So even if there are like 3 random set of improvisations, it can feel repetitive a bit. So I created the intermissions improvisation. So instead of looping, it's gonna transfer to the intermissions. The intermissions are here. Yeah, they are made in a way to bring some harmonic variety to the tracks. And that's pretty much it. So it's gonna ping pong between the intermission and the character's theme, and it's the same for this one. So like if you go here, it plays, and then it goes to the intermissions. And intermissions, sometimes I do them like shorter, very, very short, but like the harmony like really changes because it breaks it. It's fun. So yeah, that's an example of like a more complex way to do them. Now I'm gonna show you very quick how I make how to do an improvisation where it's the state of a song that changes. Like it's the same song that plays, but like the instruments change. So like here, for example, this song, there are 6 versions of the songs that are like on top of each other, and only one version plays at a time. And it's by changing the state of the song that the instruments change. Like this. So how does this work? Pretty simple. You see here you have timeline. Here I already have something. It's called jardin states. It means garden states. You click here on the little plus and you add parameter sheet, and you create a new parameter. And the parameter that you want, I'm gonna show you in edit parameter here. You want this time a continuous parameter, not a labeled one. The continuous parameter, I have the range to 0 to 10 or like to 0 to 1 or whatever. And the initial value, you put it at 0. So now you have your state here. That you can move around, and it's gonna change something. It's gonna change something when you click here. You see normally this bar in timeline represents like the time of the piece, like the start, the end. The states, however, is not temporal, but it's 0. It represents state at 0, and the end represents the state at the end. So how I do this is that each audio track, when I right click on an audio track, when I right click on the volume knob of the audio track, I have an option called add automation. When you click add automation, it's gonna add a little arrow that you can open, and then this you can edit to add some points on your states. So I have here I have like the song that is at normal volume when I'm at state 0. So like if I click here, the first part of the track, when I move this, it's at 0. I'm gonna put it on solo, okay? I'm gonna move the state forward. You see that it fades out because when I reaches this state, which is 2, it's at 0. How I do this is that I do some kind of crossfade here. So like when I move here, between this one track, audio 1 fades out, audio 2 fades in, and I do this for all the rest. The only difference here is that audio 5 and 6, 5 instead of like fading out, 5 stays and 6 arrives on it. So I'm gonna show you. This is track 5. When track 6 arrives, track 5 doesn't fade out, but track 6 fades in. So this still plays, but otherwise the other ones are just like fade in, fade out, and it works like this. You create points, and then like I'll show an example. Like you click here, you click here, it creates a point. You can move it around, and you can create curves. I'm gonna just delete that because I don't need this. Okay, and let's say for a last example that you want this song is the same principle. The kitchen, put the drum at 0. Same principle here. There are 3 versions of the song. There's a kitchen filter, kitchen no filter, and kitchen solved. This is filter. It's just like, it sounds like muffled. When it reaches here, no filter, it's loud. You see like this, it fades. And it's gonna be the same for solved, where this part like this. But it's exactly like the garden song. But there's an added thing, which is the drums. There are drums where, let's say you want drums to be on and off. You can put drums, and what I do is that I have the drum have the same curves than their instrument part. So like kitchen filter, you see this curve here. Let's look at drum filter, same curve. Same thing with the no filter drum. It just does whoop like this, exactly like this. You can copy paste stuff, but I like to have them independent of it. So when you click on a audio track, you'll always have the option to have a trigger behavior that you can just click here to open it. Most tracks don't have a trigger behavior. You just need to like click on the to press play on the part, and it triggers. But here I have a trigger which I added a condition. The condition, I named it drum. Open in preset browser. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna edit the parameter. Parameter is continuous. I've put a range to 0 to 1 like this. and it's here. You can see it here, the range. When I move it, you see the bar moving. It doesn't do anything because I've put it at 1. It's only gonna trigger when I reach 1, and I've put a quantization interval at tempo, and I've put it on half notes, so that it's gonna wait for a half note to trigger if I reach 1. So when I reach 1, it starts on the beat. So like if I remove it, I put it again, it waits to be on the beat. So that's how I do it, and it's gonna be the same for like if I change state. I remove the drum, I add it. That's it. And the last portion of the track, which is the soul version, doesn't have a drum on it, so when I do this, it removes the drum and whatever. So like that's how I do it, for to have like drums that are independent of like the kitchen states, but also have it that they arrive on beat. It's with this thing called quantization. I hate that word. Quantization. That's it. Quantization. Yeah, on that note, like mostly like the transitions that I've been doing on the tracks here are like transition markers, but you can also do with transition regions, and it's the last thing that I'm gonna show you. It's a very early track that I did that made sense to have like transition regions instead of transition markers. So let's say here there is like okay, I have this track that plays. I have these big things that are called transition regions. You create a transition region 2, you choose your marker, and then you put it, and you have it. Of course, transitions or regions are like transition markers. You need to have like it's preferable to have conditions. So like I have 3 of them here. The first one is one that only triggers if I've put a big forest. So if I click in the forest here, and I click big forest, it's gonna transition to it. And I've put a quantization interval of 4. So it waits for like a complete measure before transitioning. So if I click here, it's gonna wait here to transition. Like this. So this method is cool because like you can like transition to like very different parts of a track, but you need to make sure that the transitions are make sense harmonically. If not, it's gonna sound very weird. But otherwise, it's pretty much fun to do. But it's like a different method. Like in the newest method that I've been using for this dungeon, I don't really need this because I have a very different structure. But just know that it works also with transition markers. And that's it.